Hello dear friends, today we are going to discuss about the very fascinating creatures of the nature, that is the microorganisms. Usually microorganisms means we have the opinion that these are harmful, isn't it? Usually we hear that a bacteria will cause us disease, virus will cause disease, all those things. But actually microorganisms are both beneficial and pathogenic. So what is pathogenic? Pathogenic means disease causing. Today I am thinking to deliver a talk that can we exploit the microorganism for our benefit. Okay, which microorganism is considered as the pathogenic can be used for the production of industrial products. So today I am concentrating on microorganisms and their product formation. Okay, so the topic can be given name that bacterial growth curve. Okay, so bacteria is both harmful and beneficial. How it is beneficial? Bacteria can be used in the process of fermentation. Bacteria can be used in the production of antibiotics, all those things. So to study or to learn about how we are going to produce the industrial products depends on how we are going to exploit the bacteria. To exploit the bacteria, first we should know how they will grow, and that is called as growth curve of bacteria. So usually bacteria are cultured in two types, that is in batch culture or in continuous culture. Batch culture means bacteria will be inoculated into the media which has all the kind of nutrients. But in case of continuous culture, the nutrients they inoculate the bacteria, they remove the product, process becomes so continuous. Today I am concentrating on batch culture. Okay, so in the batch culture, when we inoculate a microorganism into the media, how exactly they grow, what are the steps of the growth, that is very important. To make the successful industrial product or to exploit the microorganism, first we should know or learn the process of bacterial growth, how it grows when it is introduced into the culture. So bacterium, when is introduced or inoculate into the suitable media, it shows different stages of growth, that is different phases which are called as lag phase, log phase, stationary phase, and then death phase. Usually when I start to teach about this bacterial stages of growth, I give the example of our academic activities. For example, when we are introduced or when we enter into the college for the first time, or maybe during the beginning of the academics, what we'll do? We will turn like, always we are tensed, we don't know what to do, what not to do. It takes some time to adjust for the prevailing environment. Later, after some time, we start doing different activities, we get involved in the activities. Then slowly what happens, activities slow down when the academic year come to an end, and during the exam our activities will almost completely stop. Okay, same way what happens is when a microorganism is inoculated into the media, the microorganisms also require some time, or bacteria requires some time to get acclimatized to the given environment. So what they will do, they will not divide, okay, they will prepare for division. So that phase is called as the lag phase, because the growth is, or development, you can say division is lagged. There is no increase in or decrease in number of the microorganism, but microorganisms are metabolically very active because they are getting ready to enter into the next stage. The next one is the log phase. So what is the log phase or the exponential phase? Exponential phase means the development or growth becomes exponential. Okay, so they divide in the form of geometric progression, that is 1 to 2, 2 to 4, then 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, like that geometrically they divide. So number of microorganism in the population can be given into 1 into 2 to the power n. Here n is a number of generation, and when practically we see n may not be like we are not going to inoculate only one microorganism. We are going to inoculate some number of, we don't know how much it is, but some number of microorganism. So it can be given as n is equal to n naught into 2 to the power of n. So to make it more simpler, we can apply log on both the side. So finally we will get n is equal to 3.3 into log n to the base 10 minus log n naught to the base 10. So that is t. And it is very important to calculate the generation time. What is the generation time? The generation time is a time taken by the microorganism to double. Okay, doubling takes place. That is called as the generation time. It is given by the formula G is equal to T divided by N. So N is the thing which we are going to substitute, that is 3.3 into log N minus to the base 10 minus log N naught to the base 10. Okay. Then it is also important to see the rate of generation. What do you mean by the rate of generation? Rate of generation is number of generations in a given time or number of generations per hour. So it is given as capital R is equal to N divided by T. So this is a small calculation we have to do when we study the log phase. The log phase is very important because all the primary metabolites are produced during the log phase. Then the bacterial culture enters into the stationary phase. What is a stationary phase? What do you mean by stationary? Stationary means something like, there is no increase or decrease or a kind of a halt. Okay, so graphical representation, you can see a halt. Okay, so that is called as a stationary phase. And in the stationary phase, what happens is the microorganism, number of microorganism will remain stationary. That means they will not divide, that means the division cannot be seen. That means the organism which is going to divide is equal to the death of the organism. Okay, so there is a balance between division and the death of the microorganism. So there you can see a flat plateau in the stationary phase. So what is the reason for the microorganism to enter into the stationary phase? That is because as the time passes, what happens is the nutrients start depleting, as well as the chemicals or the poisonous materials released by the one microorganism kills the another microorganism, and there is a tight competition for the growth and survival, which makes the microorganism to fight by releasing the harmful toxic material which can kill the other and benefit the survival of the one. So that is called as actually the antibiotics. So there what happens is there is because of that competition, depletion of nutrition, accumulation of acid, what happens? The microorganisms will not increase in the number. The situation becomes tight for its division. Then finally the microorganism enters into the next phase, which is called as the death phase. Okay, so death phase is like there is a total depletion of the nutrients and microorganisms start dying. The death rate is more compared to the division rate. So finally we can see there is a death rate. So now this practically, if you want to study the bacterial growth curve, what you can do is you have to plot a graph. Okay, where in the x-axis you have to plot time, in the y-axis you have to plot number of viable microorganisms. Okay, so in the lab we can set a culture where we can inoculate the microorganism. Okay, if you want to study the growth curve of that microorganism, we can inoculate that microorganism into the suitable media, and then every hour we have to check or count the number of microorganisms. When we count the number of microorganisms, what we'll do, we'll plot a graph where, as I have already told, time on the x-axis, number of viable cells on the y-axis, you will get a bacterial growth curve as mentioned in this diagram. Okay, so this is about the growth curve of the microorganism. So thank you very much for patience hearing.